What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode review for Spice and Wolf. This is episode 16, 17, and 18. We're doing 3 episodes this week because we weren't able to get to it the last couple of weeks. With me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
Yeah. So, my criticism kind of still stands. I mean, it's not that big of a criticism. It's just mostly because I've watched the original series,
Mhm.
and considering that what the show is adapting so far, it's more or less the same thing, shot for shot, episode by episode.
It does seem that way.
So, I mean,
Uh, at the
yeah,
same time, though, it does seem like they're. It seems like there is at least a little bit more, it's not really as, it seems like it's a little bit slower paced, I guess, than it was in the original series. Like, because it did feel
Mhm.
like in the original series they were kind of that there was quite a, it feels like compared to the new one. I mean, I can't say specifically what, but it does feel like there was some things that were cut in the original series as compared to how it is now. Um, because it
Yeah.
does seem like there's a lot more involved with like what Lawrence is doing. Uh, and then I also don't remember certain scenes, like the scene of them, the scene with the parade and them like dancing. I mean, of course, we actually don't really see it, but I didn't really remember that from the original series.
Yeah, they kind of do expand on the whole festival
Yeah,
part in which I think it was Lawrence taking Holo to attend the festival. Where of course, they initially have a good time, and then of course, what? Let me see here. Uh, I think, of course, the main plot point of this arc is is Lawrence trying to deal with a Marty who's trying to I guess try to pay off this fake debt that Holo has with Lawrence.
yeah. And he's trying to do that, I guess, through this like marriage proposal. Uh, he's essentially like trying to steal Holo away from him, partially because it seems like he is smitten with her. And before this too, like Lawrence and Holo do end up like having kind of a little bit of a falling out because Holo reads a letter that was sent to him by Diana that basically says like what happened to what I think one of the villages that Holo used to live in the north. And Holo can actually read that, and she gets, of course, gets upset, and she feels like maybe Lawrence was lying to her the whole time, and just kind of like you know, trying to like I guess trying to fool her. So this just causes them to Holo to sort of to leave him and supposedly go and join up with a Marty.
Yeah. So of so this of course well it gets to the next point where Marty publicly um gets in front of people, like announcing that he wants to free Holo from Lawrence's
Yeah,
services. So he proposes that pays off by I think it involves like what was it, using pyrite as payment,
yeah.
or
Which we find out
or
that
form of
pyrite
profit.
has gone significantly gone up in value, and everybody's basically like trying to buy pyrite. So Lawrence has a strategy to in order to get the money to kind of like pay off of Marty by basically like try his strategy is basically trying to get the value of pyrite to I guess to plummet by buying up all the buying up all the pyrite and spreading a rumor that wheat I guess has increased in value.
Mhm. Yeah, so he goes pretty much the remainder of these episodes. It's Lawrence is just basically just going around town, talking to different people, including Diana, about like how he can try to, get the price of pirate to plummet. So uh, yeah, it kind. I'm trying to remember the details
Well,
because I
a
just
lot of
watched,
it does just have to do with Lawrence, like you said, going around and trying to acquire pyrite, or he's desperately trying to get enough pyrite to give to Amarty after they made this deal that he would basically sell Amarty the pyrite on credit So in that case, his he wouldn't really take, I guess, a significant loss by selling it to him on credit. Um, but yeah, that's basically like what he's doing, and he's trying to get the local town merchants to sell him the pyrite, but then he learns that it's he could actually acquire the pyrite from Diana, or the alchemists that have the pyrite enough pyrite that he needs to sell to Amarty. So that's why he ends up going to Diana to get the pyrite from her. But she tells him that somebody had already come to her before him and tried to buy off the pyrite from her. So she's still like trying to, I guess, negotiate with that other person. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So I think what happens after this, Lawrence meets up with Marty the following morning, and then he gets handed like a bag of gold coins, saying that it should cover the amount to pay off Holo's fake debt, I guess. And Lawrence realizes by counting all those coins, he finds out that the price, yeah, that pretty much it amounts to like how much that Amarty is proposing that he pay back.
mhm.
And then by the end of the episode, the price of pyrite continues to rise, which of course worries Lawrence even further. So that's pretty much where the episode cuts off from there. But um, I mean, I know where how the story ends, unless something changes. But I highly doubt it. But yeah, pretty much like of course, like yeah, Lawrence is like it's going to continue trying to appeal to other people to help him out to try to get the price of the pyrite to go down even further, so he can force Amarty to cancel the whole marriage proposal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is more or less playing out. Aside from like I guess some added details, like it is playing out how it did in the original series. Um, with Lawrence and Holo having this like kind of a falling out, and that they're. I mean, it is interesting to watch because it's like their relationship is. It feels like you see how much their relationship has developed, and how I mean, Lawrence is just like, I guess now sort of realizing how he feels about her. So I mean, that's one of the more interesting parts about the story arc, but it's yeah, pretty similar to how it happened in the original series. Um, so I mean, I guess the only thing that would be kind of different is how it ends, maybe. And maybe when I get some more detail about how this arc ends as opposed to how it ended in the original. But yeah, it is kind of. I guess yeah, I'd have to agree. That is sort of my main criticism so far is that it is just very similar to the original series. Just with it does feel at least like just maybe with some added details here and there, and the art style being updated and everything. But yeah, it's pretty similar. Not that it's bad. I mean, I definitely like the series. It's been pretty good. I mean, I'm not sure how it is as an adaptation of the light novels, but it does at least seem like. I mean, I can tell at least like I said before, like the pace does seem to be a little bit slower than how it happened in the original series. Like, so maybe in that case they're not really like cutting stuff out. But I can't really say as someone who hasn't read the light novels, so I'm not sure. Um,
Yeah, I mean, for this show, I guess the people that made this show is aware that they were mainly aiming for people who haven't watched or read about the series,
yeah, I mean, I do
for the
think in
first
this case,
time.
I could say that for people who haven't seen the original series, this is a pretty good option just to watch this instead. Um, because it, like we've been saying, it's very similar to the original series, and I mean, there's not really a lot of differences aside from them cutting out those anime original aspects from the original series, like that anime original character, um, and maybe some added detail, but nothing really significant so far. Um,
Yeah, I mean the art style in this version is significantly miles better than
yeah,
it was back then. I mean, back if you watch the original series, like it was decent at the time, but overall, its art style kind of like didn't age very well.
hmm yeah. I mean, I think the new art style is definitely superior. Um, But yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about these episodes. It's been pretty good. It's been a good series so far. Um, I mean, I can't really say. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen the original series, but I definitely remember a lot of this, a lot of the same things that were being covered, like happening in the original. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really have much else to say though. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
Yeah, like I'm not criticizing this as being a bad show.
Yeah,
It's just like it's just a person who's watched the original series just having to rewatch the same events all over again. Like it kind of does wear down on me uh personally because like I would I want to see something new for once, but of course it and I'm playing kind of the patience game right now.
yeah. I mean, I'm assuming they plan to supposedly adapt the rest of the series. So I mean, in that case, there'll probably be like multiple seasons. So I mean, that's mostly what I'm looking forward to is that we're actually I guess we might have to wait a little bit longer, but I assume they plan to do more. So I guess we'll just have to wait for like maybe the next season for us to actually get some new content that we haven't seen before. Because it does seem like they're
Yeah, I
just
mean,
going to cover the rest of. I mean, maybe aside from some things, maybe at the end of this season, like it seems like they're mostly going to cover the rest of what happened in the original series in season two.
yeah. I mean, the most obvious fact is like they're slipping in the Holo and her daughter's
Yeah,
segments, on like on different parts. So they are obviously aiming for a more you know true to form ending like that was featured in the light novels, and of course, um, maybe eventually they might adapt the sequel series featuring I don't know Holo and Lawrence's daughter
hmm,
later down the line. But so far, like yeah, overall the series itself, it yeah, it's still good for what it is right now. But like I said, for me who watched the original series, yeah, I'm kind of playing the patience game for
yeah,
now.
yeah, guys. But that all being said, until next time, we will see you all later.